Visit SailRite.com for all your project supplies, tools, and instructions. In this video, we're going to show you how to make a throw pillow using a decor and upholstery fabric from SailRite. This throw pillow does not include piping, fringe, or a zipper, making it simple and easy to make. We'll also show you how to create an invisible stitch to finish up your pillow.
This video is part of our Airstream Argosy renovation. We'll be renovating an Airstream from top to bottom, inside and out. Join us for this exciting video series.
In this first chapter, we'll measure our fabric and cut out our plates.
We're going to make a throw pillow here. This is a rectangular throw pillow, and what I need to do is just measure from that seam to the middle over here, and I get 18 inches. And then from here to that seam here, I get 12 inches. So we're going to cut two plates that are 18 inches by 12 inches. And in this throw pillow, we're going to taper the corners so you don't have that dog ear that hangs out. I'm marking my fabric to size with the clear acrylic ruler and a chalk pencil. I need two plates that are 18 inches by 12 inches, the exact same size as the pillow we just measured, which will give it a nice tight fit. So that's the way I like to make my throw pillows. We're using a rotary cutter, the clear acrylic ruler, and a cutting mat on the bottom side, and cutting our fabric to size.
Next up, sewing our plates together.
So I have two plates. I'm going to face, the outside surfaces are going to face each other, and we're going to lay them directly on top of each other so that the edges line up as close as possible. Then I'm going to take some pins, and I'm going to pin it in place in a few spots around the perimeter so they stay together. So this cutting mat has squares that are 1 inch, and what I want to do is I want to put this fabric on that, and I want to mark a 1/2 inch in from both sides, so that's right there, and put a mark. And I'm going to do that on all 4 corners here. This is going to give us that tapered corner so that it won't stick out like a dog ear. Right there. So this side is 12 inches. So I'm going to put 12 inches and I'm going to divide it by 4 right there, and that equals 3. This is 18 inches. So I'm going to put 18 inches in it and divide it by the same figure, 4, and that equals 4.5. So for this 18-inch edge, it's 4.5 inches. So here I'm on the edge of the fabric here, and I'm on the edge of the fabric here, and I'm intersecting my dot that's a 1/2 inch from the corner, and I'll strike a line. And then this side, the 12-inch side, is 3 inches. So I am 3 inches from the edge, I'm intersecting the dot, and I'm going all the way to the edge of the fabric, and I mark it. And then I can take a rotary cutter and I can cut through both layers at the same time. So usually for the opening at the bottom, I just take my side that I'm going to put the opening on, which is the 18-inch side, and I do 18 times 0.45, and my opening is around 8.1, so just 8 inches. So 8 inches, I'll center that between this pillow here. So that would put it here at 5 inches and over here at 5 inches. So there's where my opening is going to be, and I like to mark it so I know where to start and stop. So this will be left open so I can insert my pillow insert. I'm going to set the stitch length to about 3 to 4 millimeters in length, and the reverse about that same. And I'm in straight stitch, needles in center position. I'm going to put the Deluxe 5.5 inch magnetic guide on the 1/2 inch mark of the needle plate. You can put it on this way, or you can put it on the opposite way. I like it this way so you can see better. We're going to start at our opening spot, which we marked right here, and we're going to sew around the perimeter. I've already checked my tension and it's set appropriately, doing a little bit of reversing here because we do have to stuff the pillow in. Then I'm going to sew around the perimeter, following the edge, making sure the edge is lined up with my guide as I sew. When I get about a 1/2 inch from this corner, which is right about there, leave the needle buried, lift the foot, rotate on the needle, and sew down this side. We're going to do this all the way around the perimeter till we reach the stop point at the bottom side of the pillow. So here we are coming to that point, or stop point. And again, I'm going to do some reversing here and making sure that I lock the stitch well there. And now we can put the insert in.
In this chapter, we'll be inserting our pillow form into our pillow cover.
Now I like to remove the tag if it has one so that I don't feel it in the cover. These are Serrate's indoor pillow forms, and they are garnetted, which means that the fiber inside does not bunch up. This is one that is just filled with fiber, and the fibers actually do bunch up and you can feel lumps in it. And when you compress this to get it inside the cover, it's hard to get this pillow form in the corners. It's nearly impossible. This one, you can bunch it up, and since it's garnetted, it goes right back to shape again. So this is a much better pillow form. Also considering that it's an indoor and outdoor pillow form, and this one is not. We're removing the pins, and then we will turn the pillowcase cover right side out. Now you want to push your finger into the corners or another tool into the corners to make sure that they are all pushed out before you insert your pillow form. This is why we reversed when we started our stitch, because sometimes you can rip open your stitch if you're not careful. Get in there, pillow. Yay! We did it. Now we have to organize the pillow in there to make sure the corners are pushed into the corners. So we'll do that next.
Next up, closing the pillow with an invisible stitch.
So for the opening, we're going to fold the fabric back to about a 1/2 inch on both sides, and we're going to bring it together. And one thing you can do, you can use straight pins, but sometimes I like to use, to preliminarily get it in place, is these Wonder Clips, and kind of clip it together. So once we're happy with the way it looks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the fabric and remove one pin at a time, or a Wonder Clip at a time, and then pin that location like that. And then we'll hold it here, remove this one, and pin this location. And we'll keep doing that. Now don't worry if it looks wavy, that's just because of our pins. I'm going to use some of this thread that we used to sew the pillow to sew up our opening. I'm going to tie a double knot here at the end of my thread. It's doubled up in a needle. You can use a straight needle or a curved needle. We're going to use a curved needle. Okay, this is where we started sewing, and you can see my stitches are right here. So I'm going to insert the needle right here on one side of our hem, and I'm going to push it back about a 1/4 inch and come out of that edge here, like that. I'm going to pull it all the way through, and then I'm going to cut this long tail off here, just leaving a little bit of a tail, and I'm going to tuck this thread into that opening. Then where I entered, I'm going to enter on the other side of the hem. So basically this is my starting hole on the opposite side. I'm going to insert my needle, and I'm going to come out about a 1/4 inch on that side. So then we're going to pull this through. Then I'm going to enter directly across from that on the opposite side. And I'm going to come forward about a 1/4 inch, like that, and pull this through. Okay, now I come directly across from it again. I'm going to pull that one pin. It's important to come directly across. Come out about a 1/4 inch, like that. and then repeat the process. Now I want to do this about 5 times, and then I'll pull on my stitches, and that'll make an invisible stitch. So this is about my 3rd stitch, I believe. So I've got 2 more times to do this, and then we'll show you what we're going to do here. So I've got 5 stitches approximately, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and watch what I do. Now I'll pull the thread once I get 5 stitches done, and that creates an invisible stitch that is completely hidden. And then we'll just keep repeating this. So do 5 more stitches and then pull it tight. So here's where we did the reversing with our sewing machine. So we are right over the top of that point, and I'm going to insert my last stitch here, come out a 1/4 inch past that point, pull the thread through, and pull it tight to get rid of these, to hide these, like so. And then I'm going to go back in the opposite side directly across from that thread that exits, and go back the opposite direction about 1 inch and come out someplace, yeah, right here, right there, pull the thread through, make sure it's taut, and then I'm going to go on the opposite side, where directly across from that, and come out about 1 inch or so. It's probably only 1/2 inch. I keep exaggerating. I'm going to get a little bit closer to that fold right there. Pull this through. And that is the complete project. And I'm not going to tie a knot. I buried it twice. I'm going to cut this really close to the fabric, like that. And then if you pull it like that, you can see that the stitch is virtually invisible.
Coming up next, a list of the materials and tools we use to make this throw pillow. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call or email. We're glad to help. From all of us here at Sailrite, I'm Seth Grant. Thanks for watching.